Houston leads 4-2. Top of the ninth inning. Leading this National League Championship Series 3-1, and Brad Lidge gets the ball.
Lidge gave up a couple of base hits in his appearance last night. You may remember the great play, Ensberg throwing home to retire an out at home, and then the tremendous double play to end the ball game. This is the first time you've seen him in this series. Fastball in the upper 90s and just a devastating slider.
Johnny Rodriguez to lead things off, batting for Hector Luna. Big swing and a miss. Rodriguez can hit. We saw him jump all over a pitch from Dan Wheeler here last night, the straightaway center, after Edmonds had been thrown out of the game.
He came into the ball game with a 3-2 count, fouled off a couple of very tough pitchers' pitches, and then smoked one to straightaway center.
1-1. High fastball, 1-2. Struck him out. Picked up by Ausmus. And a throw to first. 1-away. Tonight's Chevrolet Player of the Game, Lance Berkman. In recognition of his outstanding play, Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Chevy, on American Revolution.
Been in those situations before, and that's about as articulate as you can get. Your emotions just come flooding over you. You realize what's at hand. Hard to put into words.
This Astros team, 15 games under 500 at the end of May. Only the second team in the history of baseball, the other being the 1914 Boston Braves, to be 15 under during the course of the regular season and still reach the playoffs. 1-2. Bob, you and I were in Arizona. They only had to wait 4 years to win a World Series championship in the desert. Almost impossible to put into words those that have followed this franchise over the last 45 years.
And more recently, the guys like Craig Biggio, who have been with this team for 18 years. Jeff Bagwell, the faces of this organization.
They're 1 out away. Series will begin Saturday, game 1 in Chicago. 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, 4:30 Pacific.
I'll tell you, these fans erupted out of their seat when Lance Berkman's home run landed in the bleachers out there in the 7th inning, and they haven't sat back down since.
Lidge to David Eckstein. Ball 1 away. Edmonds in the on-deck circle, hoping for a chance to come up representing the tying run. From Brad Lidge is strike 2. A strike away and an out away. They like everything big in Texas. They're ready for a big bash tonight. On the ground, and a base hit into left field by Eckstein. So Edmonds will come to bat, representing the tying run here in the 9th inning. Boy, how about Eckstein?
He's just not going to give up an at-bat. It doesn't matter whether it's a B game in spring training or an elimination game here in the LCS. He is going to grind and give you everything he's got every minute he has that uniform on.
Jim Edmonds hit 29 home runs during the regular season. He has 1 home run in this postseason. That was in Game 1 against San Diego. They let Eckstein take second base, and it's ball 1 on Jim Edmonds. Edmonds, a flair for the dramatic, has had huge hits in his career when the Cardinals have needed him most. Check swing and a miss. Edmonds, in fact, has 6 career game-winning RBIs in this ballpark. I can't win it with 1 swing at the bat, but he can tie it. Nearly hit with that pitch. And you know who's waiting on deck. The last time a team overcame a 2-run deficit in the 9th inning in an LCS game came in Game 7 in '92 when Atlanta beat the Pirates to advance to the World Series. Fastball in. 3-1 now on Edmonds.
I look for Edmonds to take this 3-1 pitch right here. Even though he's a very aggressive hitter, he's capable of hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Lidge is maybe getting a little ahead of himself out there.
To Jim Edmonds, and Lidge delivers. He takes ball 4, and now Albert Pujols will come to the plate representing the go-ahead run. Bill Garner going to come out to the mound and visit with Lidge. You can't say enough about this Cardinal team either. Won 100 games during the regular season, just ran away from all the competition in the Central, the Astros included. They've lost back-to-back 1-run games here in Houston after splitting the first 2 games of this series. You've been in this position, Bob Brenly. What's he saying to his pitcher right now?
Well, I think he's just trying to get him to refocus on making his pitches. As I mentioned, it looked like Lidge was getting a little ahead of himself. He was just rearing back and overthrowing the ball, trying to put an end to this ball game and a beginning to the celebration. I'm sure Phil Garner went back out there to remind him, hey, you have to execute your pitches. He told us before the game today, you can tell when Brad Lidge is right when he's throwing his fastball at the knees on the outside corner, because that's also the release point he needs to throw that devastating slider off of the edge of the plate. Lidge overthrowing the last couple pitches, missed way in and up on Jim Edmonds, and now has to deal with one of the best hitters in the game.
Pujols tonight over 4. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 9th inning. Swing and a miss. Bottom fell out of that pitch.
I would expect to see all sliders in this at bat from Brad Lidge. I wouldn't risk throwing a fastball up there to one of the best fastball hitters in the game.
to Pujols. In the air, left field, and Pujols has given St. Louis the lead. A dramatic, towering 3-run home run. Stunned in disbelief here in Houston. A single by Eckstein, a walk to Edmonds, and how about Albert Pujols?
He got the slider, but it was not a good slider. Stayed right over the middle of the plate. He nearly knocked that left field wall down out there behind the Crawford boxes. I mean, that's the best extension we've seen from Pujols in this series. He has no doubt that ball's headed out of here. Boy, the collective intake of breath turned this place into a vacuum when that ball came off the bat of Albert Pujols.
Soon as it left the bat, there was no debate about it. Pujols walking up the line to watch it.
Well, Pujols will get the credit for hitting the 3-run home run, but a huge tip of the cap to David Eckstein for his battling at bat, getting a base hit. Then Jim Edmonds, very patient, draws a walk to get the big guy to the plate.
Well, this guy, we talked about him the entire series. If there's anybody better in the game today, I have no idea who that would be. If you were to walk around and ask any general manager, any scout, if you could start one team today with one player, where would it begin? Pujols would be the answer 95% of the time. Now the Astros have to look ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. I mean, bear in mind, they took Craig Biggio out of this game for defense in the 8th inning. So he's no longer available. Strike 3 call.
And I remember looking in the bottom of the 8th to the dugouts, and they were celebrating like the game was done. Like, they got us. Was it Brandon Becky or something like that? One of their pitchers was celebrating and doing like that champagne thing. And I look over there, and one of those things that like, hey, I wasn't coming in that inning. I was hitting 5th.
Right.
And I was like, God, just give me an opportunity. I want to be the last guy that make the last out. You know how, like,
give me that shot.
And the opportunity, I want the opportunity. Like,
Yeah.
you talk to Michael, and everybody knew Michael, LeBron, all those guys. You know they're going to take they want the last shot. So I was hitting 5th, and normally when I'm hitting 5th, I don't put my batting glove until I'm in the circle, maybe like, in the hole. And as soon as I got to the dugout, man, I put my batting glove, I grabbed my bat, I was ready. And up to this moment until 2022, when I was still playing, I practiced the same way, like the same thing, like sit in the same spot because it takes me back to 2005.
Wow.
And after that, I remember I was enemy number 1 after that homer in Houston. But for me, it was about what set up that you guys didn't show. It was that first pitch slider. I was like, Brad Lidge is not going to challenge me with his remember, he wasn't throwing like a cookie either, like 90, 92. He was throwing 97, 98, 99 sometimes. Filthy hard with a nasty slider. I was like, he's not going to challenge me with the fastball in this situation. I'm going to put that away, and I'm going to focus on that slider. And the thing that really, really set everything, and you guys know me for a long time, I don't look for pitch. I don't sit and pitch. I wasn't that kind of hitter. That he threw me that slider, first pitch, and I chased it down in the dirt. And I was like, that set the horror. I was like, I got him. Because the pitch that I knew that he was going to go to, he was going to repeat it.
Yep.
Right.
So now he repeated it, and it was like as soon as it released his hand, I was sitting in the box like, when we watching TV and was like pause until that's how it was. Like I saw it. I saw the homer before I even made contact.
Right.
Framing it like boom, boom, boom until I make that contact. I hit it out of the ballpark. But remember, as we talked earlier, it's about preparation, about knowing the situation. That's why you watch video. That's why you watch the game, because you need to know, okay, if this situation comes up, how is that guy's going to pitch me? If I didn't do my homework at that time, I probably wouldn't have the success. But knowing that, because I did my homework, trust the work, trust the process, and then trust the success.
Albert Pujols, his team down to their final out. A dramatic 3-run home run to give St. Louis a lead here in Game 5. It came off Brad Lidge, who had dominated the St. Louis Cardinals over the last 2 postseasons.
This was one of those cement mixer sliders that never really took the break, just kind of spun up there in the heart of the plate. Albert Pujols is not going to let you make very many mistakes without crushing the ball.
Willie Tavares will back to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. And Lidge knew it right away.
You just know from the sound.
Slow roller right side, foot race to the bag, and sliding in there is Pujols in time, 1 away. 2-2. Pulled at Pujols, 2 away in the 9th. In the air, right center field, pretty well hit. Taguchi is there, and the Cardinals with a stunning Game 5 victory on the 9th inning. 3-run home run by Albert Pujols will indeed take the field again at Busch Stadium. What an unbelievable finish to this one in Houston.
Tonight you did it against one of the best closers in baseball, Brad Lidge. What was the pitch? And man, you just crushed it.
It was a slider. I mean, that's his main weapon, and I just want to get a good pitch to hit out there and don't try to be a hero. You know, just try to get something going. Hopefully, don't make the last out. You know, with a guy like that, if you try to do too much, I mean, he's gonna outbody you. You know, and it was a good pitch to hit. Just put in my best swing. I just thank God, you know, they give me the strength to do, and I'm just glad we go to St. Louis, you know, and keep playing in our old stadium.
That's right. You're going back to St. Louis. They're not going to close that stadium just yet. Your manager, Tony La Russa, just said something to you in a hug. What did he tell you?
No, he just told me the great Pujols. But this is not over, man. They're going to be ready to go in St. Louis, and we just need to win 2 before we lose 1.
Tell me about David Eckstein getting that rally started.
It's unbelievable. With 2 outs, I mean, that guy, I know he's not swinging the bat good. Nobody is in our team right now. And getting that big hit with 2 outs right there, and Jimmy getting that big walk, I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, it's not over until you don't make 27 outs.